So the goal here is not to teach you like any specific build, but to just kind of help you understand general concepts better.
Okay.
Um, so for 1-1 or stage 1, your goal is to look for pairs and think about what items you get and how that points you in a direction for a comp.
Okay.
So you're going to want to be familiar with the tier list. You're going to want to be familiar with which late game characters are really strong and what items are, which characters carry the items that you are playing really well. So this is an easy Runin slam from this point. I mean, we're going to evaluate every step of the way, right? I see a pair. I see a couple pairs there. Um, I like Diana. I like Brawler. You don't have to do exactly what I'm saying. I'm just talking, and you can make your own choices. Um,
The dream with this would be probably Vayne.
Vayne carries that item really well. Warwick carries that item really well. Callista carries it pretty well. Zed, I don't know how good the new Zed is, but I haven't really played Ninja Zed since the patch, but he was playing it really well. So you got a lot of gold. One thing that you can do here that a lot of players do when you haven't found a chosen yet is you can do something called pre-leveling. Since you dropped 6 gold, you can actually buy 1 XP right here. And then what happens is that at the end of the round, you will automatically level to 4. And
Mm-hmm.
then your odds for finding a chosen 2-star unit will be slightly higher. So if you're looking for 2-star units, pre-leveling can be a way to do that. So you see on your bench, you have 4 2-star units, which is really nice. And you found a Zed, which is somebody you can slam runins on. So I'm down. I'm down to run the Zed. And then maybe throw in a more powerful unit, maybe the Vanguard pair instead of the Brawler pair, because they're 2-star units. And if you want, you can always sell the Dianas and pick up the Fortune, and then look for potentially Katarina Jinx. You can run early Fortunes, so that's an option you can keep open.
Okay. I've been doing that a lot lately in like most of my games. Is I always pick up the fortunes when they come by.
It's uh, it's okay to flex it, but you don't want to get too stuck. One thing that I've noticed when I watch you play is oftentimes you get a little bit too distracted by things that aren't working out. So nice, we leveled and we slammed an item, so you're already winning this round. It's free, three unit win here. Warlord Vanguard. Warlord Garen I think is an auto pick every single time. Plus he's a Vanguard, so I would pick that and play it over like the Heckram or something. And you can even run the Vayne over the Nidalee right now if you want the Dusk pair.
But then we have the warlord, right? For
Oh,
this.
that's true. That's true. Maybe. Okay, we can consider swapping the Zed out for the Vayne at this point.
Okay.
Because the Vayne with Runins is really good. Zed with Runins is pretty decent, but he falls off pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And having the Nidalee already plus the Vayne, we're just flexing early game stuff.
Okay.
Nothing is set in stone at this point. We're just kind of playing what we find. Let me see. So we can't make any econ by selling, so we're just chilling. We're win streaking, which is nice. It's a Nidalee and a Garen, nice. Let's go ahead and play the Vayne. I like that idea.
And then sell these two for econ.
Yeah, I agree. And now that we're semi-locked into this comp, I don't know how much longer we're going to hold on to this Annie and Tom Kench. We can keep holding it just for a little bit because right at
Yeah.
this moment, it's not going to give us any extra money if we sell it, but we're probably
Yeah.
selling it pretty soon.
Okay.
Another thing, small positioning tip: when you have this kind of comp setup, you often want to solo frontline your Garen and then put your Thresh in the third back slot so that if they have assassins and they jump into your backliners, Garen is more than capable of solo frontlining, and then Thresh will kind of act as a little bit of assassin bait for your squishy carries. So that's
Okay.
something I really like doing. Item wise, from here we can play Dusk late game. We can play Sharpshooters. It's pretty flexible. We can try and play Warwick. What's your spare item? Is it a tier?
It's a tier, yeah.
I'm down for. Well, okay. Everything
I
got
was gonna
taken.
grab. Yeah.
So we take the chain here for sure. Just because it's the most expensive unit, and also because chain is slightly better than cloak, in my opinion. So because we're on a win streak, I highly recommend leveling here to put in an extra unit. What can we put in? Let's put in like just Nidalee or something, and then sell 3 to make gold.
Okay.
So at this point, we've given up on the fortune idea. We've already kind of established an early comp. We've got a nice chosen. We're going to pick up any warlords we find. We're going to pick up any sharpshooters we find. Um, and we're chilling. Because we leveled, we continue our win streak. We're still at 20 gold already, which is fantastic. 20 gold plus a win streak. You're cruising for a solid win. Nice. This is Vein in the Thresh. At this point, I'm not sure that we want to buy the Thresh because having that 30 gold going into the creep round is. So don't sell it yet, but let's talk about it. You want to think a little bit before you make these decisions. Also, maybe Teemo over the Nidalee, to the second Nidalee. So in this position, because we want to hold all these units, and we found Teemo, which is really strong, and we found the Thresh pair, I'm actually okay losing the 1 gold here. Just because if we hit any pairs here in the next round, we're going to feel really strong. The Garen, there's really no point in holding the Garen. But hey, look at that. Upgraded our sharpshooters. We can sell the extra here. Yeah, you know what to do. Great, we're in
Okay.
an awesome position. Now, the next step in our plan is to level it to 6 on 3-2, and then level to 7 by 4-1. You probably can level to 7 sooner, and then we just play what we find from here. Let's see what items we got. Blue buff, pretty good on Teemo. Even though Teemo isn't probably going to be in our final comp, it's really good right now, and blue buff is easy to use on a lot of late game units. Yone, Kayn, a lot of units, Lee Sin, all love blue buff, so it's easy slam right now. And by slamming it right now, we're going to conserve a lot of HP, potentially increase your win streak, and then get to that late game sooner than other people.
Okay.
I like the Teemo pair. We don't need the Vayne. We don't need the Nidalee. We don't need the Garen. We're not looking for any of these 3-star units.
Kennen. Get rid of the Kennen.
Yeah, Kennen I don't think we need either.
Okay, so then am I trying to keep the Thresh?
I don't know. If you win, I would be okay with selling something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because I just want to keep the Teemo just in case if we get a 2-star.
Thresh 2 is okay, but again, Thresh 2 is not like your end game. So if we can get to your end game sooner, then I'm okay with that. All right, right here we level to 6. I would recommend leveling to 6 on 3-2 most of the time if you can do it and stay above 30 gold. Here um, I like Janna. I also like Aurelia. Janna's nice because we can swap it for the Teemo. More shields. Janna Thresh just is like a lot of shielding.
Okay.
Also, if you want, it's okay to commit like a chain to the Garen, I think. I don't know how helpful it is, but you're probably going to sell him eventually anyway, so.
Yeah. Okay.
You've just got a lot of power on board right now because we're soft committing a lot of different things that we know we can flex into the late game, depending on what we find. And right now, we're not worrying about what comp we're playing at all. We're just thinking about what can I do with what is in front of me exactly. So what I would do at this point is to put all my gold into leveling. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless we find something in our shop that we're like, ooh, gotta have it, right?
No, yeah, for sure. I guess it's more just trying to figure out what I would want to sell versus like what is important to pick up, what's not, because that's my issue right now.
Yeah.
Is that I'm picking up units that I don't necessarily need, but like could potentially win me the game.
Um, I think the place where you're gonna really care about that is with 4-star units or tier 4 units rather. Ooh,
Okay.
this guy hit the chosen monkey. Yeah, that's pretty strong early game spike. That's okay. That's okay that we lost our streak. Honestly, at this point, we're so far ahead on gold, we're chilling. The early game, I think, is the most important because we hit our 50 gold. We leveled to 6 with 50 gold left, which is actually bonkers. So,
I
we're
think I pick up
actually,
a rod, right? So if we're thinking like game comp like Kane or whatever, right? We're gonna need a rod.
yeah. What do you have floating? I actually really like the glove, or the cloak as well, because you can make QS with your glove, which
Oh
is going
yeah,
to be
you're right.
really good on any of the units that you want to play. Nice, Timo. We can just keep leveling here. If you want to play really aggressive, I don't think it's wrong to level to 7 right here. And I would throw in the Yumi, because that's Spirit and Mystic.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep. You can slam
I was
QS on somebody.
I was gonna put it probably on the Teemo just so that he's just constantly.
Yeah. If you win here, you're still at 40 gold. This is a great place to pivot to Divine. Um, this comp pivots into Divine really well. You've got Warwick items, you've got Lee Sin items. If you get um, if you get a rod, you can combine it with the chain for the locket, which is great. So keep your eyes peeled for Warwick or Hunters or Divine units in general. We're probably going to want to hang on to those.
Okay.
Those are going to start showing up now that we're level 7. And the cool thing is that we're level 7, probably ahead of everybody else. If you look around, I doubt you'll find maybe one other person who's level 7.
Oh, interesting.
So this
Okay.
is this is what I'm talking about. This is tempo. We're at level 7 before everybody else, which means we're going to hit 50 gold on creep round and start rolling a little bit, anything over 50. And okay, we're kind of really, really far ahead this game. But when you find yourself in this position, because you're not going to be in this position every game, you can roll kind of aggressively because you know your first pick, right? Nobody else has any of these units that you want unless they hit like a really early Warwick or something like that. So you don't really have to scout before you're like, should I be rolling down for a Warwick?
Okay.
If
So
you're,
like
oh,
I
go
guess
ahead.
my issue would be the transitioning, right? Like you were like, yeah, these are great. Like I don't know if it's just I've never been to a late game comp because I think my issue with climbing right now is that I get so set in like, all right, I picked warlords. I'm gonna stick with warlords.
Yes.
Um,
Ooh, that's a Zillion. Zillion over Janna, probably. You don't have to worry about moving. Your team's going to decimate these wolves. So I don't
so
think
like
it's.
so I
Oh,
don't pick up the Janna, I don't pick up the Garen.
no, you don't want any of this garbage. You're looking.
So
So you're level 7, so it's time to start looking for powerful late game units. Specifically Warwick, because we're going to look for Warwick and Ashe. Those are the two big units we're looking for, I think. Nice. Perfect items. So now we're just looking for anything with Divine. So the Lux is great. We can probably swap. Well, let's play it slowly. Let's start rolling a little bit and just look for divines. Let's slowly roll. Okay. Yumi might be okay to hold. Just to hold. Um, well, nice. Yumi, divine. Let's buy all that stuff.
all of it?
Just the Aurelia as well. So I think it's time to sell the Teemo and put the blue buff on Lee Sin. What else can you sell without losing too much? You might be able to ditch Thresh. We might be able to pivot a lot of things at once. Let's keep rolling, just to build up something on our board or on our bench. Jin might be fine to hold. There's a Warwick, nice. Okay, let's pivot right now. So Warwick in for Vayne, Lee Sin in for the Teemo, um, Aurelia in for the Nidalee. Okay. Um, yeah, let's chill with this for now. And we put the QS on the Warwick and the Rod on the Garen. Alright. Because we hit the units we want, and I think that you're going to just keep winning here, you high rolled the frick out of this game. Um, we can fast 8 from here. If we didn't hit as much stuff, you might have to roll a little bit more to stabilize your board so that you feel comfortable not super bleeding out and going 8. But you're just so far ahead of everybody right now, it's kind of ridiculous. So let's put our money into leveling, and our game plan now is okay, now that I've got a stable board with a hint of the comp that I'm trying to play, I'm going to level to 8, sell my chosen, look for a 4 cost chosen,
I don't
and
pick up the Yumis.
no, you don't need the Yumis. Okay, so you already have a 2-star Yumi. Every time you look to like buy extra units, you have to ask yourself, is 3-star X unit going to win me the game? Because the amount of investment from 2-star to 3-star, and also backline your Garen, not put your Garen or frontline the rest of your units so you can use the locket.
Okay.
But anyway, the level investment from 2 to 3-star is just insanely expensive, right? You're spending 9 times the amount of gold. And then you're also sitting on a bunch of units on your bench for X amount of time, losing that econ. So in general, like it's just so costly to look for 3-star units. So you really have to ask yourself, if I get this 3-star unit, am I gonna instantly win the game? If the answer is yes, like let's say Katarina or old 3-star Jinx, or I don't know, 3-star 4 costs like Ashe or Warwick, then if you have the gold to spend, it might be okay. Um, I like the
I'll
glove.
probably pick up the
Oh,
glove.
that's right. Just anything. It doesn't matter at this point.
I was hoping for Raptors to get a bow and then put that on the Warwick.
Best in slot items for Warwick would be the Deathblade, but I doubt we're getting that, so that's okay. I don't think you need the Jin at this point. You can sell him and just level to 8. You might be able to do it right now. I think you can. Just level and put in Lux, and that's um, for Divine. That's going to help you a lot, actually.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So from here, if it were me, I would probably have sold the Garen and put in something else. Just now that I'm level 8, I want as many opportunities as I can to hit a 4 cost chosen.
Okay.
So 4 cost chosen is like the thing that's going to carry you to the end of the game. Um, you can also win the game with a 3 cost chosen, or if you just missed on everything, you can try to go 9 and hit a 5 cost chosen. Nicely, Sin. Let's sell the Garen. Yeah, let's roll a little bit. Grab the Lux. We can run the Azir for now over our second Lee Sin, just as a random nice to have. So Warwick, nice.
I don't pick up the Thresh.
Now we're gonna sell the Thresh. Oh, fine. Azir, if you're gonna give it to me. Yep, let's keep rolling. Wow, just hit. Okay, buy the Warwick and the Shen. And you can even pick up the Kindred. Let's see. I would sell the extra Azir now. I don't think we need it.
So we're not going to be running it. That was just a placeholder.
Yes. I mean, Azir 2 is okay, but you already have the Zillion, and I don't like running Azir and Zillion at the same time, just because, yeah, they tend to ult the soldiers, which is really obnoxious.
What is going on in this game right now?
I don't know. I'm playing a single player game right now, so I'm trying to teach you just like the basic game plan stuff. We haven't done any scouting. We haven't done any playing around other players. We're just like trying to solidify your game plan. All right. Warwick goes in free. Shen goes in for Thresh probably. Nice. Now we're just looking to hit Yone. We can sell the extra war with our items, get our items back. And let's see what we get from here.
Lock it on the Shen.
I would wait. We ideally want to put Locket on a 2-star unit or a 3-star unit because it scales with what we get. Double Locket plus another. Wow, you high rolled the fuck out of this game. Holy crap. So another Runins on Warwick for free. Let's double Locket. Let's Locket the Aurelia because she's the most likely that we're gonna 3-star or 2-star rather. Sorry. Um, yeah, we're chilling. You can roll a little bit more, I think. Try to upgrade. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. I think we chill here. And we can fast 9 from this position. So we're going to try to hit 9 by maybe 6-1. Honestly, we're on movie mode. We just watch our team do work.
Like I wouldn't have. I mean, one, I wouldn't have transitioned over, but like, I don't know. I wouldn't have hit this ever. Like without the. And I mean, obviously, it's easy for me to say, right? Because I just did. Like, regardless on whether you were helping me or not, the potential to be able to do this was there.
Yep.
But I wouldn't have seen what an end game comp looked like.
Yeah. So this is a very traditional, well, very traditional. It's a meta comp right now because, um, yeah, Warwick is really strong right now. You hit all the right items. Divine, 4 Divine. I mean, this works with Divine Chosen. 6 Divine is even better. Chosen Warwick, you can't say no to.
Yeah.
And then we just have just whatever else we've found, Mystic Pair, Adept, Spirit, Hunter, just kind of like whatever's good. We didn't push too hard for it. This could have been any number of other units. We could have had a Jax. Usually you have a Jax. I'm kind of surprised you don't have a Jax. But we didn't worry too much about like forcing any particular unit. We're just like, oh, here's what we got. Let's play this, and just piecing it together with what we find. And yeah, it's Warwick. Yeah, it's you can say it's like that's the key unit. And yeah, we hit Warwick Chosen. But I think you'd still be winning right now. Look at this guy. You're level 8. He's level 6. Okay, so I do want to scout a little bit here. Let's look around and see how many Warwicks are taken. If there are no Warwicks taken, there's 1. There's 2.
That's it.
That's it. We might be able to hit Warwick 3. And
So roll for it or wait and then try to get 9?
no, I think if we do hit it, it will be when we go 9. And I think it's so much safer to go 9. It's so much bigger of a power spike and more reliable that it's just not even really worth it to greed for Warwick here. I mean, you can if you just feel like it because it's fun. But if you're trying to climb ranked, which I think you're trying to do, plus we're so far ahead. I mean, okay, you have to look at the board and the state of the game and say, do I have what it takes to go 9? Right now you're like 72 HP. You've lost all of like 3 rounds this entire game. You have so much gold. You're chilling. You're just asking to go 9. So from here, it's fine.
Guardian Angel on Lee Sin.
I am actually okay with the Shroud. Shroud, I think, is really good late. Plus, it's on a 5-cost unit. And then you can try and scout around a little bit to see who you can Shroud. And it can make a really big difference later on. Alright, let's keep leveling.
Really?
So you want to put Shroud on a unit where you don't really care where they are. So like Zillion or something. Because you want to feel free to move them around. So looking around, looks like 2 people are hugging left, 1 person hugging right. So you can also think about who you're really afraid of, like if you're, 3rd in the lobby, then you're gonna try and shroud the first place player, so that if you run into him, you have a chance of winning, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where scouting comes in. God, this chosen Warwick is disgusting. Okay. So it's okay that we lost there. You have to understand that he's sitting there with no gold, rolling all his gold away, and we're pushing 9. So because we are greeting to push 9 here, we're going to be a little bit weaker than if we were spending all of our gold upgrading our units, right? We have 1-star Zillion, 1-star Shem, 1-star Lee Sin, 1-star Lux, 1-star Kindred. Like, yeah, we're going to be a little weaker right now. But we're playing the long game because we have HP to spare. So minimizing the loss. 3 unit loss, not too bad. But yeah, I think if you had shrouded that guy, you might have had a chance to win. Shroud Leone, it's not too bad.
I was hoping it would have been the other player at a 33% chance.
Yeah.
Or 50% chance because I did that one guy.
Yeah. All those 3-star units, pretty beefy.
Yeah.
But it's okay. You have all this extra HP. And the reason we have all this extra HP is because we slammed units early. Ooh, look at that GA. Very, very nice. Alright. I think 6-1, 6-2, we level. And then just roll down. Feels bad to level on 6-1, but I don't know if we can wait till 6-2 because we are losing right now.
Should I pick up this cane then?
No, I don't know that we're running Kane. We're looking for Yone.
Okay.
because he's our third adept.
Okay.
Um, GA on Yone is really good. Otherwise, if we don't hit Yone, I like GA on Zillion just to make sure he casts. Alright, let's level. It feels bad to level, but I think we have to. Yeah, now you have a lot of gold. Let's roll. We can grab the 4 and 5 cost units just to get them out of the pool. That's something I like to do. And sell them when you run out of gold. There's a Yone and a Shen. I think we want to keep rolling though. We're gonna roll down to 0 here. Shen. That's a 2-star Shen. Nice. Lux. We want that. We can just pass on this stuff. Yone. Nice. Oh, nice. You crushed this guy. Don't buy the Lux. Buy the Aurelia. Well, just pass. Nice. Yeah, keep looking. Ash is okay. We can hold it. If we miraculously hit a 2-star Ash over Kindred, I think is alright. Okay, let's sell the Ash and the Warwicks. Lee Sin and Yone are our top priorities. Oh, Zillion. I like that. Yep, let's keep rolling. Okay, nothing. Alright, so we have pretty much our finished comp from here. Upgrading our Shen and getting that extra Yone. You see how much of a difference that made? We absolutely crushed this guy. Oh, well, Lulu. Lulu OP!
That's crazy how much healing she just did.
Yeah, she's 6 mage Lulu. It's pretty funny. Alright, I'm just gonna keep looking for those units. Nope. Nope. That's a Lee Sin. Alright, we can lock for that because I really want to upgrade all of our units here. But 2-star legendaries is a huge power spike. The difference between a 1-star and a 2-star legendary is like game changing. Yeah, here's where you like sweat over shroud positioning. Yeah, put him 1 square to the left.
The Vigar is what was wrong one.
Yeah, 1 square to the left I think is best shroud positioning. But let's get this big beefy boy out of here. Let's go, Lee Sin.
Lee Sin is actually busted with blue.
Yeah. Look at that damage. The true damage. That Maokai just never even had a chance. That's pretty funny.
There's a Lee Sin.
Yeah. I like Dragon Claw, to be honest. They have a lot of magic damage. And we already have the Lee Sin locked.
I missed it. It didn't give it to me.
You got the Lee instead. Alright, that's fine. Can't complain too much about that. Alright, let's look for Yone or Zillion. Oh, there we go. Nice. We're chilling. I think this is free first. Yeah, and now you can like just super sweat over shroud positioning. And I think it's GG easy.
I just don't think I would have made this swap at all.
But you kind of see how I played, right? It wasn't like I was like, oh, we're going XYZ comp this game. I mean, you can. You can. If you hit a Chosen that is like if you hit Moonlight Aphelios, you're probably playing like Aphelios reroll, right? But you also have to know how to play that comp specifically. Like, you don't want to get too stuck up on particular units. If you go Moonlight Aphelios, it's like Moonlight Hunters, really, and you're playing Kindred, you're playing probably I would actually go like Aphelios plus. I mean, Lissandra is the common option because she's so cheap, but I like Aphelios plus Silas because Brawler just seems to transition better into Hunters.
Well,
Because
that's what I did on the last game that I got fifth on. But like you said, I did get hung up on it. Like the Lysandra just landed in my lap, but I did want the Silas.
yeah, I mean, if Lissandra just lands in your lap, then you just ditch that and you pivot around the units that you get and you say, okay, forget it. I don't even have to like grief over all this. I've got my 4-star Aphelios. I can fast level to 8 and then upgrade my board from there. Like, I think what you have to remember is that the entire point of early game is to get you to late game. And how fast you can get to late game makes all the difference. In lower elos, you might be able to just finish your early game comp and then call it a day. But as you climb, it's all about the late game. So early game is just a ramp starting off point to get to late game. If you get a really strong early game, then you say, okay, I'm set. I don't have to spend any more money on my early game because I high rolled. And then I can just go straight beeline for the late game, put in all these late game units before anyone else can, and crush the lobby, right? But high rolling is not focusing on early game units because they just fall off, right? That guy's
Mhm.
3-star Maokai, that guy's 3-star whatever he got, like they just fall off at the end of the game. Yeah, the 3-star Wukong beat us that one round. Remember, we saw the 3-star chosen
Mhm.
Wukong and it
Mhm.
kicked our ass that round. It's like, okay, inside I'm like, wow, you just wasted so much money on a worthless unit, right? When I get to level 8 and I'm putting in, you know, 2-star Yone with like some items, he's just going to eat that Wukong for breakfast. Like, it's such a waste of money. So again, you just have to think of the early game as a way to get you to the late game, and then once you get
Okay.
to the late game, you're chilling, and then you can build your comp from there. That being
Streaming
said,
right now.
yeah. That being said, there are some early game comps that are really strong, right? Reroll comps, they kind of nerfed reroll comps, but like let's say Moonlight Diana in the olden days,
Mhm.
you could Moonlight Diana, and once you finish your Moonlight, you basically skip levels 6, 7, and go straight to 8. Because once you finish it, you're still level 5 probably. Everybody else is like level 6, maybe starting level 7, but you're just winning anyway because it's so strong that you just get to like people have to get to level 8 or post level 8 to start beating you. So you're like, I'm fine. I can just invest all of my money into leveling quickly. And if you high roll the comp and you finish it like at the beginning of level 5, like you're hitting level 8 before everybody else because you just don't even have to worry about your gold. You can the reward of having an early game comp is to be able to get to late game fastest. So
Interesting. Okay. Everything you said makes sense, but the moment I do this shit by myself is the moment I get fucking trashed.
yeah, it's hard. It's hard, but having a game plan, keep playing. Try to remember what I said. It'll start making more sense as you practice it.
No, for sure. And you know, there are games where I get like you just said. I mean, I don't think we missed a. I don't think you could have asked for a better game than what we just played, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
that we high rolled the hell out of the game. Holy moly!
yeah, that was crazy. Like, I don't think we missed a unit at any one particular point. Like, I think we hit every unit.
And we got perfect items. It was amazing. That
Yeah,
that was the freest game of my life.
yeah, that was a little crazy. You're like, yeah, I'll help you this game, and then it dropped everything, right? But then like a turn ago or the last game we played, I got fucking nothing. And I was like, what the fuck do I do with this shit?
So I would just like I want to sit here and say that you should try to never ever 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 say I got nothing again.
Okay.
You got to think about it like chess, right? There is a perfect move for every scenario. So if you feel like you got nothing, then you need to readjust your mindset and say, "Oh, it's not that I got nothing. It's that I didn't see the solution that was sitting in front of me. There was a solution there. There was a way to win. I just didn't see it because I'm A, either not experienced enough, or B, I got hyper focused and tunnel vision on something else. So you have to remember that you got to just completely change your mindset. Otherwise, you're just going to get frustrated at the game and say, oh, it's I'm losing because of RNG, rather than turning that attention inwards and say, oh, I need to improve at the game. And that's a much more constructive mindset that will A, lead to more improvement, B, lead to less tilt, and
Yeah, absolutely.
C, I think lead to having just more fun with the game overall. So that's my advice.